Shri Shayyambhavacharya. Shri Prabhaswami, a great disciple of Jambuswami, was worried about his successor as he was getting old. Acharya Prabhaswami himself had taken over the Acharya pad at a very old age of 94, so he was anxiously looking for some deserving person to whom the responsibilities of the Shri Sangh or congregation could be entrusted. Finally, his search ended with the learned and devoted Brahmin Shayyambhavacharya of Rajgruhi. But the main problem was how to initiate him into Jain religion. At that time, Shayyambhavacharya was engaged in performing the Pashmeg Yagna. Acharya Prabhaswami sent 2 of his munis to him. There was terrible violence of animal killing in the Yagna Mandap, and the 2 munis shouted so loudly that it might be heard by Shayyambhav, who was busy with the Yagna, or sacrificial rite. Who would know about the tattva, the real and genuine truth in the midst of terrible violence being performed in the name of religion, they shouted. Shocked as he was by the utterances of the monk, Shayyambhav got lost in thoughts. He knew too well that Jain monks would not utter falsehoods. Consequently, Shayyambhav, being truly desirous to know and learn everything, went out in search of those 2 monks. That ultimately led him to Acharya Prabhaswami, who finally explained to him the original form of yagna, as also the ultimate truth of darshan or philosophy from the spiritual point of view. Finally, Shayyambhav became a sadhu at the age of 28 by renouncing everything, the yagna, social life, and even his pregnant wife. Under Prabhaswami, he acquired the knowledge of the 14 purvas or early canons and became the second Shrutkevali in the Shrutadhar, the knower of all canonical literature. Acharya Prabhaswami bestowed upon him the seat of Acharya in 452 BC. Shayyambhav's son Manak, who was now 8 years old, had a keen desire to see his father, as he was constantly ridiculed by his fellow students. Manak asked his mother about his father, whereupon his mother narrated the entire event as to how Shayyambhav became a Jain monk. Manak became more anxious to have a glimpse of his father. Shayyambhav Suri recognized him as soon as he saw Manak, but the child asked him about the whereabouts of his father. Shayyambhav introduced himself as a close friend of the boy's father, and arranged for the child's stay with him. Deeply impressed by his preachings, Manak accepted initiation. But Acharya Shayyambhav could foresee that the boy had a very short lifespan of only 6 months. Consequently, it was not possible to study all the scriptures. So he arranged for the consolidated study of the Dasha-Vailak Sutras, which were supposed to have been compiled and composed by about 445 BC. This composition of Acharya Shayyambhav aimed at the spiritual well-being of the son who had turned Muni. This sutra has now been recognized for the primary study of monks in all the sects of Jain religion. Acharya Shambhav Suri preached from the Yugbradnapad for 23 years and died at the age of 62. He brought immense glory to the religion of enlightenment. Moreover, he had the experience of the Brahmin community in his previous birth. He realized that during the ritual of yagna of that community, they resorted to animal sacrifice, and Acharya explained to them the spiritual significance of the yagna. Many of those who believed in the Brahmin way of religion became sympathetic to the principles of Jain religion.